Hello sports fans, Shalthis here. Time for a little bit of a special episode of Shoutstone. So, usually when you see me, granted you've only seen me once, it's not here. So, basically this is something I like to call the Rocket Vlog, as you can probably tell by the graphics. What the Rocket Vlog is just a, semi-regular little video thing that I'm going to try to do. Mostly to talk about whatever news is going on in Rocket League, whatever news is going on with me, any upcoming things going on, or just, general, whatever. Just general chit-chat, I suppose. So yeah, this is the first Rocket Vlog. I'm going to try and do more of these. I'll also try to do some live on my Twitch stream. So, speaking of which, let's get into that. I actually wanted to talk about the Twitch stream kind of right off the bat. What you're seeing in the big window down there is a live shot, or not a live shot. What you're seeing is a replay of Sunday's live stream where I did a shoutcast for Team Rocket as they were making their way through the ESL Go4RocketLeague Europe Cup number 3. If you were watching it, you kind of know the results, but if you missed it, then I'm going to be posting each series of games up on my YouTube channel over the course of this week. So already, the video you're seeing right now, the round of 256 against Centering, which is a Swedish team, that's up there now. Tomorrow will be the round of 128 against One Touch. Next day, the round of 64 against Ultimate Ponies of Doom. Sounds about right. And then the round of 32 against Teamy Weemy. So, you can watch all that stuff right now if you want to. If you go to twitch.tv/Shalthis, you can watch my past broadcast, and I also split up each series into a highlight to make it a little easier to digest so you're not watching 3.5 hours at a time. But, with that in mind, yeah, that's something I'm going to be doing a little more frequently now. Every Sunday, for as long as I'm able to, I will be live streaming Team Rocket as they participate in the ESL Go4RocketLeague tournament, week to week. Until I'm told I can't. Basically, that's the way this is going to work. Team Rocket has been very courteous in allowing me to hop on to their games, spectate, do the live commentary. I got a few people who stopped by who were watching the tournament. It's a little hard to compete on tournament days, of course, when you've got, all the players who are also streaming at the same time. But I tried to give something a little bit different and actually offer live shoutcasting, live commentary, and the people who were there seemed to be really receptive to it. When it comes to doing tournament stuff, the tricky thing is you've got the games that happen, and they usually happen pretty quickly, back to back, but then there is a lull between rounds. So in the case of Team Rocket, the lulls between each of the rounds that they were in were a little long sometimes. So I tried to fill it up with kind of tactical discussion, explaining what happened in the previous series, what to expect out of the next series, things like that. Fortunately, when it comes to Team Rocket, I'm really well aware of what they do and how they play, and I've watched a lot of their stuff, so I know how the 3 folks in Team Rocket operate, with the exception of Dig Dug. I don't see Dig Dug too much, which is why I'm a little unfamiliar with him, and if you watch the tournament, then you know Cool Cole lost his internet connection just before their 4th round game. And I was talking with the guys after the tournament, and he took it particularly hard because Cole had been spending days and days practicing, dedicating tons of time trying to get this new aggressive approach to their offense down pat. He was working his ass off, and then his internet cost him his spot. And I will honestly say, as somebody who has watched this team play, and especially watched them play throughout that tournament, I have a really good feeling that if Cole was there, they would have made it past Teamy Weemy. Now, if you're not familiar, Teamy Weemy went on to win that tournament. Could that have meant that Team Rocket would have done the same? That's hard to say. It's different case by case, but I think they stood a really strong chance. Because here's the thing. That was a 3-game series in the round of 32. It was a very quick series, generally. Game 1 was a blowout. Team Rocket got completely dismantled, and here's why. They had to make a trade-off between dropping Cole and bringing in Dig Dug last second. That unit as a team did not have time to prepare under their new offensive approach. This was something they'd been practicing, you know, a lot with the three of them, Fisho and Cole and Doomsy, just trying to get this offense down. And it was working out really well for them. But in this series, that first game, I think the first thing that happened was Team Rocket was trying to adapt to a third member who wasn't familiar with what exactly was happening. And if you watch that game back, you could tell. He was very out of place. He looked a little unpracticed in exactly how they were approaching this setup. And if you don't have one person, if you're designing your offense around three people who are trying to do a very aggressive style, but one person is holding back because they're not sure what's going on, that style falls apart. Because it's hard to do a three-person aggressive style with two people. You know? And Team Rocket's one of those teams that functions incredibly well as a unit. They really do. And that was the problem with this series. That happened, but if you watch games 2 and 3, those were very narrow victories for Team Iwimi. Which tells me that if Cole was there and they had that cohesive unit and that cohesive offense, that they probably would have won. And that's not just coming from the perspective of somebody who works with Team Rocket and who is clearly a Team Rocket fan. When it comes to shoutcasting, I'm an unbiased commentator through and through. You know, if you watch that stream, I was calling out Team Rocket's mistakes left and right because I want them to succeed and I want them to not lose for bad reasons. And I think, unfortunately, in this case, and this is not to take anything away from Team Iwimi at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they got an asterisk next to their name or anything. They earned the tournament win. They went through all those rounds. They beat all those other teams, and they earned it. The circumstances, though, make me feel that if this match happened again, with everything working right, it probably would have been different. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, with that in mind, I'm going to be trying to do more of these streams every Sunday, and I'm going to try to do more streams in general. Not only will I try and do this show, the Rocket Vlog, live, but I also want to do some other live shoutcasting. I have a ton of replays that are sitting in my replay folder, just kind of... They're not quite the games that I'd like to put on Shoutstone. You know, I don't really want to put those games up there just because they're either really big blowouts or they're just not good to watch or something like that. So I don't want to put all the time in doing this really highly edited video. I've got plenty of games that meet those standards. But for the live stream, what I'd like to do is just shoutcast some games that you may not see on the YouTube channel. They're still fun to watch, they're still entertaining, but maybe they're like 8 goal blowouts or something like that, and that takes a ton of editing that's kind of unnecessary. So, with that in mind, that's one thing I want to do. Another thing I'd like to do is game analysis. So, I think one of the next streams I do is going to include a game analysis of the first couple of games from the series I just cast on Shoutstone, the quarterfinals of the PC Needs Love tournament between UMI Zero and Beyond Digital. I really want to go back and look at those first 2 games and kind of start breaking stuff down so that there's a little more of a tactical side that you can see to these games. And why they happened the way they did, how the approach was, what the offense was, what the defense was, things like that. So that's another thing. Will I play the game on the stream? I don't know, maybe. I'm not very good. I might do fun stuff on there, but that might be about it. I don't think I'll really do too much on there as far as gameplay. I'm not a player as much as I am a caster. That's my role. You know, that's what I'm good at. At least that's what I think I'm good at. So that's the plan for the live stream. The link is in the description. It will always be in the description going forward. You can go there and follow me so that anytime I go live, you'll get an email saying, hey, Shalthis has gone live right now, and you'll have to tune in if you want. So, you get that heads up, since I don't really have a streaming schedule at the moment. A couple other things. I'm going to try and be doing a little bit more with Team Rocket, hopefully in terms of some stuff on Subpar, the Subpar in HD, which is their YouTube channel. That's up in the air. Don't know exactly what's going to happen there, if anything, but it's something we're talking about. I'm also trying to get in with MLG, because as you know, MLG is starting to host their own tournaments and get stuff going. And odds are looking good, maybe? I don't know. I've got to keep talking. But I'm looking to become a caster there. At least to, you know, help out with some of the Thursday tournaments and things like that. Just try to get my voice out there so that you can get some of me. That's kind of the goal here. But, yeah. So, there you have it. Just want to talk a little bit. I'll try to do these with, I don't know, semi-frequency. It just really comes down to what's going on, if there's anything worth talking about, and anything new. So, that's all for me. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back again next time. Take care.